Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for another Creators Corner. We know how much you love it here at Dead on Dave Productions, so we're bringing you another one. We have an interesting one today. I'm here with the creator and operator of Smallafro Games on YouTube, also known to the Joe Cronin universe as fucking Jarren. Maybe the most polarizing guy I've had on the show yet. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. Darren Walker, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for joining me here on Creators Corner.
Hey, no problem. I've wanted to do this for a long time, so I'm glad that I'm finally on the show.
I wasn't sure. I was like, all right, what am I going to ask this guy? He's 15.
Hey, when was the first time you masturbated?
Yeah, I know, right? Jesus. All right, so go ahead. Let's start right at the beginning, man. What exactly do you do? What type of videos do you make? Let's start there, and then we'll get into all the other stuff.
All right, cool. So I really just make a gaming channel. I grew up watching like PewDiePie and stuff, and like Toby Games. I don't know if you heard of Toby Games. Yeah. I've always wanted to do like that stuff, and I never really knew how to do it. So when I finally like did some research, I figured out that I could screen record my computer. I downloaded it and I immediately put it on YouTube. And then, as you know, the months went on, people just started liking it and liking it and liking it. For like I was like 13 at the time, so people like liked my squeaky voice for some reason. And
yeah, the Brady syndrome. Hello, Mr. Carter.
I know, it was horrible. So even if you go back to some of my other videos, like my first couple videos, you'll see me just like squeaking all over the place. But yeah, no, just people started to like my videos and just subscribe. And by like the end of last year, I had like 1,000 subscribers, which was awesome.
Yeah, you're up to 2,000 subs now. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And then, as you know, I did some more stuff like Happy Wheels, Call of Duty, and Joe Cronin show, which was a big part of it. I got up to 2,000, which I'm grateful for.
Yeah, speaking of Joe Cronin, let's go ahead and talk about that for a second. How did you get on the Joe Cronin show? Because that's where most people are going to know you from.
Okay, so the reason I got on Joe Cronin show is because I was looking for SummerSlam 2013, and I ended up stumbling upon his video, and I actually sat down and listened to it for a couple minutes, and I was like, wow, I need to be on this. So he gave away his Skype name during that podcast, which if he never done that, I wouldn't have ever like called the show. So I finally figured it out. I went on Skype, called him. I was like, hey, can I stay on with you? And I emphasized I have to stay on with you for the entire night. And he was like, okay, sure. And so it was good, I guess. And I asked him if I can come on next week. He was like, sure. And then eventually I just stopped asking and just became a co-host.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I like to know where the people that I came after and, you know, inevitably have just completely squashed as far as talent. I like to know who I've preceded, you know, so.
Yeah.
Or succeeded, whatever. Anyway, so, okay, what type of video games do you like to play the most, and what inspired you to really start making videos? I mean, like, yeah, you wanted to make video game videos, but why? What's the point of it? What was the reasoning behind it? Like, you just couldn't find anyone else doing the type of reviews that you do, or what makes you unique?
See, the reason I started doing videos was because it's actually a long story, so forgive me for the next few minutes. So, you know, I grew up. I'm huge. I'm like freaking 275 pounds, which is a lot for a.
Yeah, you look like a big kid. There's no question.
Yeah,
about that.
I'm a huge kid. So everyone, you know, likes to pick on me in school, and as much as I try to hide it and just like laugh it off, I hate fat jokes. I can't tolerate them. I hate them. It just bothers me. So
speaking to the choir right now, buddy, I'm a big old fat guy.
So it sounds like it doesn't have anything to do with the story, but trust me, it does. So
no, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So I would go home really, and I have a limited, I guess, amount of friends. It's not like I know people, but they're not really my friends.
Yeah. So
I don't really have anybody to hang out with except for like on Xbox or something, because everyone else is busy. So I really grew up on YouTube. I asked my mother if I could make a YouTube account when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and then I just started to, you know, view, you know, like I said, PewDiePie, Toby Games, what else? Other stuff, other gaming channels, and I was just like, wow, Vanos Gaming. I was like, wow, I love this stuff. I really want to do this. And, you know, it just took my mind away from really all the bad stuff that was happening in my life for those, like, short 10 minutes that I kept recording the videos. And I was just like – so it took me away from all the, you know, the criticism and the laughter that everyone else was having at my expense to just do this. And, you know, people started to like me and become fans of me, and it made me feel like I was popular, not in school, but on the internet, which made me feel really good.
Sure. I completely relate to that, man. I mean, I got 200 subs. I just hit the 200 mark, and I got people asking me questions and my opinion on stuff, and it blows my goddamn mind. I'm like, it just blows my mind. So I completely, totally get what you're saying there. That's pretty cool. It always feels nice to feel like you're wanted, or, you know, you matter, you know. So I get that. That's why I think a lot of people create. You know, it's just like, hey, I'm going to throw my stuff out there and see what people think. It's nice to get a good feedback. There are a lot of trolls out there, as we're about to get into now. As you know, you seem to generate quite a lot of hate in the Joe Cronin universe. I mean, it seems a lot of people have taken a liking to hating on the great Darren Walker. Why do you think that is?
I think it has to do with what happened between April of this year to like June or July of this year.
Let's go ahead and get into that. Let's
okay.
Let's go ahead and talk about that for a moment. What exactly happened between April and July? Because that's right before I came on the show.
Okay, so the first like 7 months of me being on the Joe Cronin show were like awesome, and for some reason in February, I just got like kind of like tired of it, because I was like, okay, I have to do this every night. Not every night, but every Monday. I have school in the morning. I'm really tired. I don't know if I could do this. And, you know, it was interfering with my schoolwork. And then I didn't feel like I was being part of the show. Like, I didn't feel like people were accepting me as a co-host anyway. So I decided to leave in February, which was the first time. So Joe, you know, made a video saying, you know, I don't know what's going on with Jarren. I wish he can, you know, talk to me and maybe come back on the show. You know, we miss you, buddy. And I was like, wow, these, you know, maybe I was just being a total douchebag. So I came on the show again. Like, I didn't even quit, really. I just came back a day later. So it was good for like the next 2 months, right? Extreme Rules of this year was coming up, and I asked Joe if I can use his WWE Network account.
Oh, the network story. Here we go. We get the actual story behind the network. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So, see, Joe, over the last 9-10 months that I was on the show, when I would really like ask him for important stuff, he wouldn't get back to me, and, you know, tick me off a little bit. I have a short temper, so it wasn't a big deal, because, you know, it was his WWE Network account, and I was like, okay, can I please use it for Extreme Rules? So he was like, yeah, man. Next week I asked him, and he was like, matter of fact, why don't I just buy the network for you? And I was like, dude, that's awesome. So next week, so he didn't do it for the rest of that week. I called him next week. I was on the show, and he was like, yes, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow as soon as I get home from work. I was like, awesome. So it was around like 7 o'clock, and he was home by then. So I called him, and he was like, okay, yeah, I'm about to do it right now. I'll give you a call back in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I waited an hour, and he didn't call me. So I called him after an hour.
A lot of stalking going on here, yeah.
Yeah, so I called him after an hour. He didn't pick up. And I was like, well, he says he's going to call me back in like 5 minutes. All right. And, you know, I called him back 2 hours later. He didn't pick up. It makes me sound like a total stalker, but, you know, because Extreme Rules was happening that weekend.
Sure.
So I was thinking, like, wow, this guy's really going to, like, screw me over. This guy's really not.
You realize that we are having an argument over $9.99 here. I mean, did that ever come into play? Like, really, $9.99? That's what I'm having a fit over. I mean, did that ever come into play?
At the time, well, he said he would buy me the network because of all the money that he got from the Wrestlemania video that he was just saving for whatever. So, you know, I was part of that, so I figured, you know, maybe because of the 9 months, that would kind of be my, quote, paycheck.
So you feel like it was a fair compensation for fair work, then?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. So, because, you know, at the time, people like me. They were like, oh, yeah, Joe, Chris Tosevich, you know, Tommy C, Jarren, all these guys are awesome. So, you know, what was I saying? So... that weekend, it just got me like really mad. Like, dude, you're not gonna give me the network, and like he wouldn't respond to me at all. And
so you made a response at this point.
I did basically. So I asked him, dude, are you gonna get me the network? He didn't respond to me. When I would ask him stuff about like unimportant stuff, like, hey, are we doing a state of the WWE? Oh no, dude, we're not. I'm gonna do that tonight. Okay, but hey, can you get me the WWE network? He didn't respond. So, like I said, I have a really short temper. I have like medicine and stuff for that. Everything's wrong with me. So I decided to hold a grudge and just be an entire douchebag and just flip out on everyone, curse out Joe, curse out everyone that's involved with Joe. And I was like, you screwed me over, and all that other stuff. So
basically, you cut a heel promo on everybody.
Basically, I turned heel on the Joe Cronin show, which is like the first, because then Joe Latimer and Mark Elway followed after me. But it was a bad move, and now I get criticized about it forever.
Yeah, it's become an on-running joke.
Yeah, I know. So the times I do call in, I expect to like hey Joe, and then Tommy C comes in and just freaking curses me out, and I don't care. Honestly, it doesn't really get to me that much. I just wanted to see how everyone was doing. I just wanted to apologize, but I can't get a word in without Tommy C calling me a bastard. So,
in hindsight, do you feel that you handled the situation correctly?
No, not at all. I mean, I could have.
Because one of the biggest gripes that people have about it is you got personal with Joe. You took it to the family, which you don't do. That's not a cool thing to do. That's niche bueno, young man. That's niche bueno.
See, at the time, because I guess I knew Joe by then. Like, I knew him, like, personally.
Yeah.
So I figured, the only way to get him, like, when you get mad, you want other people to be mad because then that gives you more power, sort of. Plus I was just being a jerk anyway to everyone.
Well, you were being 15. Let's be honest. You were being 15. I mean,
to be fair, I was 14 at the time.
14, so even worse. Even fucking worse.
Let's just be fair. So, I flipped out on everyone, and I just wanted to get him as mad as possible because I kind of wanted him to do one of those promos on me so I could just write back and do something else. Yeah. Like a typical bully would do, and I didn't. And now looking back on it, I was like, wow, I'm an asshole. I ended up watching Extreme Rules anyway because I bought one of those prepaid gift cards from CVS and paid for it myself. But even then, I was slipping out. I really don't think I handled it well at all. Tommy C was cool with me until that whole incident. Him and Joe are like buddies, so he's going to defend him, which is obvious, which is fine. And then I just got shut out from everyone. I actually went to Boston. I was planning to go to his house anyway. Oh, Jesus. And because this whole incident, that
may have not have ended well.
That would I wasn't gonna go to his house when like I was angry. I was gonna go when I was just like part of the show, like to do a review with him.
Sure.
I was gonna be in Boston at that time anyway, so I was gonna be like, hey Joe, can I come over? And that happened, and I never got to do that. So, That's funny. That's funny. All right, we're gonna sidetrack this a little bit. We're gonna play a little word association. I think this will be fun, and then we'll get into something that I'm sure everybody wants to hear after that. So I'm gonna give you a name, and you give me the first impression you have on that person. We'll start easy. We'll start in the fictional universe. We'll start in wrestling. John Cena. So I have to do an impression of John Cena.
No, don't do an impression. Just give me your take on him. The first words that come to your mind on the person that I'm saying. Not an actual impression, no.
All right, well, John Cena was like my childhood hero, I guess. That's like the least corniest way I could put it.
No, that's fair.
John Cena was like the man, because I don't care what anyone says. I think the guy can wrestle decently. Not as well. I don't think.
Yeah.
See, the problem is people don't think that he can wrestle as well as, the best in the business, like Dolph Ziggler or others. But I think he can, like, wrestle on a meh level.
The guy
So it's
used
like,
to. I will agree with this. The guy used to be able to. He used to be able to go a little bit. Now it's like he's older and he's never been super athletic anyway. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I feel what you're saying. I get you.
And then after a time, actually, the Joe Cronin show actually made me stop liking John Cena because they were like, "Oh, this guy is the same 5 moves for everything. Oh, you can't see me, 5 knuckle shuffle, whatever." So, you know, after a while, I was just like, you know, I don't know if I like this guy. And I had all the T-shirts. I had the orange shirt, the purple shirt, the red shirt, the green shirt, the Rise Above Hate shirt, the Champ is Here shirt, both the black and yellow Never Give Up shirts. I had all of them, and I wore them to school. People made fun of me at school.
I'm sure. For good reason. Good on them.
No.
If there's ever a case to be bullied, it's wearing a John Cena shirt.
It wasn't even because of John Cena, just because I was watching wrestling, period.
Oh.
Yeah, so, you know, those kind of dickheads. So
all right, so that's your take on John Cena. How about Dead on Dave? What's your take on Dead on Dave?
See, Dead on Dave. Oh, I hate that guy. No, but seriously though, I really only talked to you like once before on the Joe Cronin show.
Yeah.
You know, you're the guy that's giving me like the least crap out of anybody. You haven't even given me crap, period.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
So I really, you know, I got to respect what you do.
Give me time, buddy. Give me time.
So, you know, I think it's cool that we have another fat guy on the Joe Cronin show.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah, that's
but, yeah, you're awesome to me. You're like my favorite Croniner on the show.
Oh,
I don't know what they call it.
I appreciate that. Joe Cronin.
Joe Cronin. Let's see. I think that Joe Cronin has a big heart. He's a good guy. He cares about people. But then there's this darker side to Joe that makes him flip out on everybody. It makes him become kind of an asshole sometimes. But at the end of the day, Joe Cronin is a really good guy and doesn't deserve some of the stuff that he gets.
Fair enough. And finally, the one that I'm sure everyone's most excited to hear, Tommy C.
Tommy C. All right. Tommy C. Was a guy that I knew that I was really cool with. You know, we cracked a couple jokes. He called me a very bright person. And then I realized that Tommy C. can be an asshole and not let things go and try to prove something that he can never prove. And I'm not going to go into that. But
oh, no, we will in a moment, but continue.
We will in a moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. You think I was going to let that go? Go ahead and continue here with the Tommy C. critique.
All right. So I think Tommy C. Is a nice person to people that he knows. Mm-hmm. But say he runs into someone like a caller or someone that he really doesn't know, like a politician, and decides to, you know, rip into them like unnecessarily.
Yeah.
But
well, Tommy
I don't
hates
think
bullshit. That's the thing about Tommy. He absolutely fucking loathes bullshit, hates it, hates bullshit, and so I don't know. But let's talk about why there is exactly so much friction between you two in particular, because it's not only the attacks on Joe Cronin and his family that pissed off Tommy, amongst others, but there's one incident in particular that we make fun of a lot on Joe Cronin's show. It gets a lot of play. A lot of people talk about it. It's probably become one of the most infamous things in Joe Cronin history. I'm going to ask you a simple question, and I want a simple yes or no answer, and then you can defend or detract any way you like, okay? But here it is. Did you go to WrestleMania 30?
Yes, I did. You know, the reason why Tommy C doesn't believe me is because I wasn't keeping track of time at that point. You know, there have been some Raws that I went to that I called in, and there wasn't really an echo. I think I have one of those phones that cuts off background noise. Like, you know, the iPhone has that, and Samsung just got that. So I really did go to WrestleMania. It's just Tommy C refuses to believe any proof that I had. I showed him a picture because I went to WrestleMania 29 as well. Those were the only two that I went to. Because I took pictures of WrestleMania 29, but I'm not in the picture. So immediately it's like a thing. I've had this wallpaper on like my thing forever. It's like I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's both 29 and 30. You know, together. I mean, I've had that for the longest time. I wouldn't just have that to, for me to just lie about that or whatever.
Look, I have pictures of Pamela Anderson all over my computer. It doesn't mean that I fucked her. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true, and I can understand, and I realize why people don't believe that I went. But at the end of the day, I know in here that I went. My dad knows that I went. My friends know that I went. So
let's try to clear it up a little bit. Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna go over some of the points of which people have had contention with it, and you can clear it up the best you can. I think that's fair, right?
That's fair.
Okay. So when asked how long it took you, it was going to take to get back, you stated about 10 hours. Tommy's like, it's like a 24-hour drive. How did you miscalculate that much?
All right. Well, here's the thing. When I went to New Orleans, I fell asleep for most of the drive because I stayed up in anticipation for Wrestlemania the entire time, and it's gonna sound like complete bullshit, but I swear. So when we first went on the road, it was like I don't even remember what time it was, but I wasn't keeping track of time at all because I remember going to Chicago and only being like 10, 11 hours anyway. Yeah. So I figured. So I figured maybe New Orleans is a little bit further. But by the time that I was asked what time it was going to be to get back, it was already like 3, 4, or 5 hours into the drive because I was on the Joe Cronin show the entire night that night. Yeah. So, it was just a bad track of time. And again, I can understand why people think that I didn't go because, I kept saying, wait, really? Let me go check. But I didn't try to defend like, no, it's not. It's going to be like 13 hours. I didn't know. Yeah. So it's because of that, Tommy just.
Let's talk about the phone stuff a little bit here. Okay. So you're in the car with your dad during the phone call. We can't hear anything out of your dad. We can't hear there's any background noise from the car or anything. I mean, it just did not. It sounded like you were in a room, to be completely honest. Why is that? I mean, do you just have the best phone on the market? I mean,
probably. I don't even have a good phone. It's just my phone never gives echo for anything. I honestly don't know why it didn't give background noise. That's a question that I can't answer. That Samsung could probably answer for me. I really just don't know. I really honestly
talk to Samsung, sons of bitches.
Yeah, I really have no idea. The only proof that I can give you from that topic is every show that I was on, you can hear my dog bark or my cat meow, and none of those things happened that night. So I honestly have no idea what was going on with my phone. It never echoes. Like when I went to Raws a couple times and called in, it didn't echo. It was just all the time. It was just, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to ask you a common sense thing. This is just something that I took away from it. They're pushing you on if you win or not. You're in the car. You're sitting next to your dad who's driving. Why didn't you just say, hey, Dad, say hi, something? I mean, that would have cleared everything up for, I think, a lot of people.
It would have. I honestly didn't think about it at the time. I was laying down in the back seat, just talking to everybody on the phone. My dad was driving. He has his headphones on, jamming to Jimi Hendrix or whatever he likes.
Headphones while driving? That's dangerous.
Yeah, well, his CD player's broken, so he has to put the headphones in or whatever. It's not like he needs to hear anything really, right?
Fair enough.
All right, so I really just didn't want to bother him at the time. I didn't want to get up anyway and just say anything to him. And it sounds like I'm just trying to make excuse after excuse. And
No, it's completely fine. I'm asking you very direct questions about it, and you're giving me the answer. Whether or not people want to believe it, that's on the eye of the beholder. But don't feel bad about giving responses because I'm asking you direct questions. It's totally fine.
Okay.
One of the biggest ones for me is anywhere I go, any concert I've ever been to, any event, my kids anything my kid does, in this world that we have, selfies are the thing of it's the order of the day, especially for a younger kid. Why no selfies? Why nothing? I don't understand that. That's one of my hangups.
See, I've never been to a concert or any. The only event that I've been to are football games and wrestling events. And my thing is, I really am bad with pictures anyway. So when I go to football games, when I go to wrestling events, I really don't take pictures of me. I think the only picture that I have of me at a wrestling event is when my dad took a picture of me on his phone of me at a Raw with a C Nation headband on. So I really don't take pictures of myself anyway, at school, anything. I don't take pictures of myself, period. But whatchamacallit, let me see. See, if you go through my gallery here, which I can't find, yeah, I have like literally no picture of me. It's just Xbox controller and other stuff that I'm not in. My little brother, it's other, other stuff.
Fair
It's
enough.
just not me. I don't do selfies. I think they're stupid. I think that if you just want to take a picture, you take it with other people because they want you to. I don't want to take a picture of myself because I'm cute and I want to have myself on a wallpaper.
Fair
No.
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I took pictures of the event, but I didn't take pictures of myself at the event, which was like the biggest problem.
Yeah, it does. When it's not one individual thing that caused hangups for people, it's everything together that just kind of like people were like, "Are you fucking crazy?" Were you surprised at the backlash over this? Because there was considerable. I mean, people seem to really give a shit if Darren Walker went to Wrestlemania. How does that make you feel?
I think it was just because people are on the borderline of, I don't know, maybe he went or maybe he didn't go. Because I talk to Tony on Xbox all the time, and on the show he says, "Oh yeah, that guy's a liar," and on Xbox he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I believe you went, man. That's just for show." And I'm just like, okay, so maybe people are just saying that because Tommy C's making a big deal out of it, so then everyone else is going to make a big deal out of it because it's just something that can add to the show and make it more crazy and just pick on somebody else. And it's reasonable because I understand why people think that I didn't go. I've confessed to other stuff that I lied about before on the show.
Sure.
Who hasn't lied about stuff on the show? Joe Cronin's lied about stuff on the show, but I won't get into that. But so, it's just I understand why. I said it before. I understand why. It's been going on for the longest time now, and I'm tired of talking about it. To be honest with you,
I don't blame you. So, you used the word "picked on" a few seconds ago. Do you feel that you've been picked on? And if you have, do you feel that it's completely unwarranted, or do you feel that you've brought some of it on yourself?
I feel like I've brought some of it on myself. I think that at the time when I was flipping out on everybody, I understand why people can like flip out back at me because I was being a total asshole anyway.
Sure.
So of course people are gonna like flip out back at me and defend Joe, and Joe's gonna flip out on me, and I deserved that. Honestly, looking back on it, I really deserved it because I was being a total douchebag. But I see now when I've like apologized to everyone and I'm okay with Joe, it's just the only reason only way I flip out on anybody else is if somebody says something to me and then I just start flipping out on them. It's because I don't talk bad about Joe or Tommy when they don't talk bad about me. I haven't talked bad about Joe like in months because I think Joe's a good guy. Yeah. It's just I think his fans are cool. I think Jesse's funny as hell. I think you're cool. Everyone is cool. But then when people start to talk about me and make fun of me when I haven't even done anything yet, it gets on my nerves. So then that's when I flip out because, like I said, I have a short temper. Yeah. So when somebody says something about me, because anyone can be tough behind a keyboard or a computer. Yeah. And they can say whatever they want to, but so that's why because I hate it when somebody can say something about you and you can't drive 15,000 miles to that person's house and just punch them right in the ball sack. Right.
So let's go ahead and let's divert this back to your channel and creating and all that stuff. So where do you see, ideally, what do you want to take? Where do you want to take your channel? What do you want? You don't seem to be putting out as many videos as you used to. Is it something you want to get back into? Do you feel that you've lost a little bit of passion about your channel? Where do you want your channel to go?
Really, it's just school is a big part of me, of me doing it. I have a bunch of videos pre-recorded on a flash drive that's never uploaded because I'm a lazy bitch. So, it's just real. I just plug it in and do it. But I have loyal fans, I guess I could say, because I had an old channel, FamGuy 670, I think it was called, and most of the people from that channel subscribed to my new channel, which I thought was cool. Yeah. So, they always stick around. I upload. I haven't uploaded as frequently as I used to because I just really never had time to record anything, and now I do, and I'm going to be uploading as much as I possibly can. I'm trying to do a video every day.
Yeah, that's what I try to do here on Dead on David Productions. I try to do at least one video every single day. I feel it's good discipline. People like to have content. They like to know that you're connecting with them, and that gives them a way to do that. Just knowing every day this guy's going to put out something, it helps. It really does.
Yeah. So I just wanted to do one video a day, and hopefully my goal for my channel is to be one of those popular guys on YouTube. Like not freaking 30 million subscribers like PewDiePie has, or like 20 million subscribers like Smosh has. I want to have of course everyone wants to have like 1 million subscribers, but I just want to be recognized as one of those guys that on YouTube. I want like people in other schools to be like, yo, check out that guy. That guy's awesome. Because I think that I'm a decently funny guy, and I just want other people to think the same thing. And it's hard to get discovered on YouTube. It's hard for people to view your videos, especially gaming videos, because not too many people just want to see you talking about videos. Like as opposed to like you, who just talks about wrestling, and people want to see people talk about wrestling because they want to get their take on things, so they can have opinions on it as well. But people don't really have opinions on other games. They just want to see funny commentary and stuff. Yeah. And mind you, the most popular guy on YouTube has 30 million subscribers, and he has a gaming channel. Yeah. But see, people figure that one gaming channel is enough. Really is.
You can make the argument the reason why he's the top dog and there's not a lot of major competition towards him is because nobody else does it like he can do. Do you feel that you bring things to the table that are worthy of that many subs?
Plus, his editing is fantastic. I don't do that much editing. I just kind of shoot one thing and then just upload it. Because, I'm flawless when it comes to my videos. No, but yeah, you get my point, right?
Yeah, I got you. All right, well, I think we covered some good stuff. Is there anything else you want to talk about, you want to throw out there that we haven't hit, that you'd like to clear up? Anything like that at all before we get out of here?
Oh, man. I don't... All right. Tommy C says that I can never be on the Joe Cronin show again. I just want to clear up something. It really doesn't matter to me if I'm on again. I just want Joe to know that I'm always available if he ever wants me to come on the show and talk about something. Because, on the times I did call, he was just like, oh, wow, he's calling, awesome. And, so I kind of just want that to happen again. I don't want to, be made... I don't want to be made fun of by, like, Tommy C anymore, really, because it's getting really tiring for me, and it's just... I want to be...
So you're calling for a truce. Right now, this is your call for a truce with Tommy C.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I call it a truce with Tommy C.
Okay, awesome. Now remember, if you start a war with the guy again, the truce is over. But I mean, I'm pretty sure Tommy is the type of guy who will honor any truce, especially if you're asking for a ceasefire. I'm sure that he will be more than obliging.
Okay.
Go ahead and plug yourself, man. Tell everyone where they can find you, where they can reach you, where they can hit you up, and any other viable information you'd like the people to know about Darren Walker.
All right. Hold on. Let me just get this thing out of my throat. All right. So, youtube.com/Smallafro Games, SMALLAFRO GAMES, and you have to do it all one word, because if you do spaces in the middle of it, you won't find my channel, because YouTube is a bunch of dickheads. So it has to be all one word if you want to find me. I do gaming videos. I'm trying to do gaming videos every day now. Probably gonna upload one today, upload one the next day, and then do a bunch of other stuff. So just be on the lookout for some of my videos. I'm gonna tell my fans that I'm gonna be on your show. So everyone, just look out for new videos that are coming to my channel. And that's really it. I'm probably going to call the Joe Cronin show again in the next couple of weeks, because I just wanted to talk to people, just so talk to you again. So that'll be fun.
Great.
So, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I think this was good. I think you cleared some stuff up. Maybe not. We'll see what happens from here on. But you know what? I got to give you a little bit of credit. You stuck in. I didn't ask you the easiest questions in the world. I put you on the spot. You handled it well. You didn't handle it like a punk kid. I appreciate that. You were very receptive. You gave good answers. So, you know what? I think you represented yourself very well here, Jarren. So I appreciate it.
No problem, Dave.
All right, well, you take it easy, my friend, and we'll get out of here. This was Creators Corner. Thank you very much. Make sure you like, subscribe, and remember, once we get to 500 subscriptions, I will be doing a giveaway box from all kinds of things in my unboxings that I do. So make sure you could be the lucky winner of that prestigious box once we get to the 500 mark, which we're approaching. I mean, 210 doesn't sound like a lot, but considering I started in September 21st, we should be at 500 very, very soon. So I appreciate all of that, guys. Make sure you continue to subscribe, like, and share. I am Dead on Dave. This was Darren Walker. Get your ass over to Smallafro Games and sub him too. We
That's right.
are out.